Hi friends, it's Miss Joy, and today we are going to draw a picture. So all we need are some markers or crayons or color pencils and a pencil. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn my paper either way you want. It could be horizontal, which is side to side, or vertical, which is up and down. I'm choosing mine to be horizontal because it fits better into the picture on the camera. So you are the artist, you get to choose. And the next job we're going to do is start a line at the top of the paper, and it needs to go all the way down to the bottom of the paper and be very squiggly wiggly all the way down. The only rule here is that it has to start on this side of the paper, the top, and it has to end down here at the bottom. So if your paper was vertical, it would also start at the top and then end at the bottom. And I am going to start my line at the top. It does not have to be in the middle, and it's going to be a squiggly line. Now my job is to make little dash lines. Remember, a dash is just like that, a tiny little line. And I'm going to make dash lines along this road. If this line here, this wavy line, was a road, I need to make 5 different dashes anywhere along this road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next my job is to start. If I pretend here is also a dash, and at the top of my paper where it meets the edge of the paper, that's also a dash, I am going to connect a line. Everywhere I have a dash, I'm going to just start on only the right hand side of the line, and I'm going to make what we'll call a U, because the letter U looks like a loop. I'm going to connect from this dash to this dash. Now from this dash to this dash to this dash, and I cannot cross over that road. So I'm going to kind of follow the road a little bit, but I'm connecting. Every time there's a dash, I'm connecting back to the road. Now I'm going to start again. Connect to the dash. This one's kind of like the shape of a rainbow, isn't it? Do you notice how I'm turning my paper? Is that okay if I make an accident? Sure. That's why they invented erasers. This one even went over, crossed the road. It shouldn't have crossed the road. Now, we're going to use a lot of time drawing this with the pencil. Then we're going to go trace over it with the marker. And if there's time, we can fill it in between with crayons or more marker. Now, if my bubble is bubbling out, it starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger as I go further across the page. You're going to notice lots of lines connecting. And once you get the hang of it, you can go a little bit faster. You're going to attach that line every time there was a dash. Attach and bump out, attach and bump out. Now, you see what happened here? I'm starting to squish my lines together. So the next time I come through here, I don't have to connect all the way back to the road. Maybe I start to connect just here and bump out. That's okay. So I'm gonna finish this line. I'm gonna start up again at the middle, but I'm starting to connect over here, way far away from the road. And it's going to start to fill in. Some of your bubbles will get big, some of your bubbles will get small. I'm going to stop talking and speed up the video so you can watch me, and then you'll be able to get to your own very soon. See how this little section got so tiny that this time I brought my line in and I'm just going to bump right out. This section kind of ended. It got squished out by this giant bubble and this giant bubble. But if I keep following the road, it's all right. That bump, if it stops and goes away, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. These bubbles pushed out these tiny little bubbles. And you don't know how it's going to end up until you get there. We've gotten to the end of this page. Now we're going to flip it. What do you think we'll do on the other side? The same thing. You're right. Can I still see my dash? There, there, there. I sure can. All right, now we're going to do this side of the road. I'm going to make my loop and loop, loop. This one kind of makes a funny bump over here because the road curved. Now the road curves the other way, so I'm going to have to follow the road, then attach in at the dash. So all my pencil's doing is bumping back in to touch that little connector section. If you feel stuck, if you didn't know what to do when one section felt like it was kind of ending, it's okay to go round and round on one section for a while and ignore all the other sections. You don't always have to drive down the whole road. You could just pick one section. I'll pick this section of the road and keep making my bumps out, 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 out. Then that section's done. I ran out of paper. I'm gonna choose the next section. So some people like to stay on their road and keep going. Some people just like to do one section at a time. Is one way wrong and one way right? No, every artist is different. Now that I have my beautiful squiggly line, I can start to color. It's very confusing because there's lots of lines. How do I know which ones to do which colors? You are the artist. You can choose any lines and make them any color. Everyone's going to have their artwork look very different from each other. Just do your best. What if my lines don't go exactly where my pencil lines went? Is that okay? Do I have to stop and erase every single little section? No, just keep going, friends. It's all right. If my pencil lines are kind of a little bit away from where my marker lines are, that's all right. The other idea is that you don't have to use marker. You could use color pencil. You could use crayon. Some people choose instead to fill in the middle section in between, like a candy cane or like a pattern. Every other section is a different color, and something that repeats is a pattern. So I skip one, do another, skip one, do another. What if I mess up and I accidentally did 2 in a row? Oh no, what do I do? Make a beautiful oops out of it. I could switch that into a different color. No problem. Keep going. Okay, friends, it's your turn to get started. I'm gonna keep coloring while you start and you get going on your own artwork. Do you ever get so lost in your artwork that you kind of lose track of time? Well, I want you to look up, and this is mine. I did lots of different colors. Some were kind of made me think of candy. Some made me think of like kind of a Joker, or like a funny witch like at Halloween wearing leggings that were striped. Then I started thinking about the flag. The American flag has stripes in it. Sometimes I get lost in my thoughts. Does that ever happen to you when you're making art? I hope you had fun. Have a wonderful day, and if you're not finished, don't worry about it. We can finish another time. That's one of the great things about art. You can just pack up your stuff, put it to the side, and come back to it another time. Maybe your hand hurts, maybe you have something else you need to do now, but art will always be there when you're ready for it. It will be ready for you. All right, friends, have fun. Bye.